If you want to be successful as a leader, you need to spend time developing these 5 skills. Starting off with number 1, we have communication. Leaders need communication like tabloids need drama. I don't care what level of leadership you're at, from a shift worker trying to become a leader among their peers to the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. If you can't communicate, you can't succeed. And if you don't believe me, the next time your job puts you in a situation where you would need to communicate, just don't. Ignore that email. Stare blankly through your coworkers, and make sure to let me know how that goes for you in the comments. As a leader, you're going to have to communicate with teammates, clients, middle managers, and a laundry list of other people. And it's critical that you're able to effectively and concisely communicate your intent and your vision. Don't allow things to be lost in translation. Practice the art of public speaking and do as much communication as possible in person. That way, people can clarify their issues and concerns with you directly. And if you have to use email, don't assume that people can assume. Spell things out clearly and concisely with no room for misinterpretation. I can't tell you the number of times I've had issues come up with a project because I had delivered instructions via email rather than in person, and something was lost from here to there. Now, if I had delivered my instructions in person, any issues could have been cleared up on the spot. Now, you should always send a follow-up email for your audience's reference if they need to refer back to something later, but deliver as much as possible in person. And beyond just communicating intent and vision, if you communicate regularly with your people, you'll develop a closer relationship with them. And those relationships are critical to maintaining longevity and morale. Skill number 2, resilience. How often do you think Bill Gates and Microsoft experienced hardship in their formative years? And beyond that, how often do you think they experience hardship now? In any situation that requires, leadership, you're going to experience hardship. Now, maybe that comes in the form of long hours, declining sales figures, or maybe even the loss of a teammate. Your role as a leader is to hold it together and make sure that your mission, your business, keeps moving forward. When other people would want to give up, your job is to keep them in the fight. And in order to do that, you have to maintain a higher level of resilience than most. You have to be able to identify the positives in any situation and exploit them. You can't let hardship get to you, because if it gets to you, it's going to get to your people too. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be an optimist. In fact, I consider myself a pessimist. In general, my job has always been to plan for the worst and hope for the best. If you don't have a plan when things start to go sideways, then things are going to start to go south. And I don't mean 50-cent Coronas in Tijuana South. But having resiliency allows you to make and execute those plans efficiently when things start to go wrong. Skill number 3, empathy. The next time you find yourself judging somebody based on a story you were told about them, or maybe even an assumption you made about their actions, remember this. They might not have put their pants on the same way as you this morning. I, for one, am kind of a stand and hop kind of guy, and I know people who are bed sitters. But neither of you are so important that you didn't have to put pants on this morning. Unless you work from home, then find your own analogy. Also, I don't know if that's been said before, but if it hasn't, I'm on video and you owe me a quarter every time you use it. The thing about being a leader is it's not actually about the mission or the business. It's about the people. Management, logistics, operations, those are all about the mission. But leadership is, among other things, about making sure your people are inspired and prepared to do their jobs. It's about making sure that they understand where they're going and what they're working towards. It's about making sure they know how they contribute. But most importantly, it's about making sure that they know they're not alone, that they're cared for and they're valued. In order for you to accomplish these things as a leader, you have to develop empathy and choose empathy consciously. You need to be able to truly understand people, their situations and their motivations, and adapt your message and conduct to resonate with them. So skill number 4, delegation. You'd think that delegation would be the easiest leadership skill in the world because it's literally just getting someone else to do the job for you. I'm going to be straight up though, it's extremely difficult for me to delegate as a leader. I want to make sure things get done right, and I don't want my people to think that I'm above getting my hands dirty. I think a lot of leaders would say the exact same thing. There's a tendency, especially among good and great leaders, to want to be in the trenches with your people and help them accomplish their day-to-day. To not let someone do a job that you're perfectly capable of doing yourself because you're not a lazy dirtbag, and you don't want to be perceived as one. The thing is though, by not delegating tasks, you're not allowing your people the opportunity to grow. A truly masterful leader can identify tasks that are better delegated so they can focus on strategic level objectives and allow their people the opportunity to grow and experience leadership for themselves. And who knows, if you delegate a task to somebody, they might find a revolutionary new way to accomplish it. Now, that's not to say that a masterful leader should delegate everything, But at a certain point, you have to be able to trust your team to get things done. You're probably not going to see Elon Musk working in the finance department of the Tesla showroom in Boise, Idaho anytime soon, because he's delegated that task 1 or 2 levels below him. And because he's able to delegate those tasks, he can focus on leading the company to new heights. Skill number 5, discipline. Do you want to know the difference between you and Dwayne Johnson? Discipline. And the fact that you're, not Dwayne Johnson. Unless you are, in which case, what's up, Rock? But seriously, when you're in a leadership position, you have to be able to cultivate discipline in yourself, otherwise how can you expect it from your team? Now, I'm not telling you to wake up at 04 every morning to work out, take a shower, meditate, read a book, cook a healthy breakfast, eat a healthy breakfast, and get to work 30 minutes early, though I am gently suggesting it. But you need to develop a standard to hold yourself to and hold yourself to it. Turn the snooze function on your alarm off. Put your job on the line. If you don't get up when your alarm goes off, you're probably going to get fired. Small acts of discipline build up to patterns of discipline. If you can beat your alarm clock in the morning, you've won your first fight of the day. Now it's easier to make your bed, to go work out, to get to work and be productive. Start every morning by winning your first fight, and let those victories keep building up. But if you keep hitting snooze, skipping the gym, and allowing comfort to win out, how do you expect to ever be the best? And if you don't want to be the best, what are you even doing? The higher up the ladder you climb as a leader, the more important discipline becomes. You need to be able to balance the needs of your family, your team, your business, your customers, and yourself. And at a certain point, just being organized can't do it. You have to be disciplined. You have to set boundaries and standards and stick to them. Anyway, leaders, that's all I have for today. If you stuck around this far, consider leaving a like and a subscription for more No Bull leadership.